Hello, hello. Hi everybody, how you all doing today? Hi Awan, hi Taka from me. Hello Carrie. Thank you for the continued sub. Hit 12 months. 12 monthage. That is a year. Thank you very much. Still no alerts, because I can't fix things apparently. Hi Nighty, how you doing? Whole year of shit posting. Yeah. Lots of shit posting. Time flies when you're having fun, am I right? So today we're making lamb biryani. I have done a little bit of prep work already. The lamb is currently marinating in garlic and ginger, fresh garlic, fresh ginger. Oh, I'm going to need this pan actually. And some salt, a little bit of salt. That's all been mixed in with the lamb that I bought today. You can use different types of lamb, but I've gone with lamb shoulder, I believe. And basically, we leave it marinating in the fridge for a few hours. Just tidying up a little bit. Just tidying up the washing up I did. I've got some more stuff here to do. So yeah, that is the I can't remember what I was saying. Yeah, so lamb biryani today. It's a recipe I've done before, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you. It's not my favourite type of curry. I am a person who prefers a more saucy, bit of a saucy curry. But yeah, with a biryani, you go in the oven with a biryani, right? You cook it in a... You can generally cook it in a casserole dish, and then you put it into the oven after you've cooked things on the hob. Unfortunately, I do not have a casserole dish. I don't have something that can both, go on the hob and go in the oven. And seeing as we've got electric hobs, probably not really possible anyway. So what I do is I cook it in a saucepan up until the point that it needs to go into the oven. Then I put it into an oven dish. It's the one that I use. It's the one I used last week for the casserole, one I use for the lasagna and things like that. And then we put it in the oven, and yeah, finish off the cooking in there. So we're gonna do. The lamb is still marinating a little bit. We're just gonna leave it for a while. We don't need to get it out just yet. But I'm going to prep all of the last bits of veg and stuff like that we need. Let's get this spoon. Then we start cooking everything together. Once everything has been cooked in the on the hob, it goes into the oven. And after a while in the oven, we cover it in the oven, by the way. And then we take it out of the oven, and then we leave it for a while covered. And essentially what happens is we put a lot of moisture in there, but that moisture gets absorbed by the rice. It's very, very, different way. Normally when you make a curry, a lot of them are tomato based, so, you'll have chopped tomatoes or you'll have tomato passata in there. But with the biryani, you don't. You have stock, you have other kind of liquids that go in, but the rice also goes in, and you cook it all together, and then essentially the rice absorbs all the moisture, and then you end up with a spicy dish. So it worked out really nice the first time. I liked it, but I still prefer if I'm given the option, I prefer like a Balti, a tikka, madras, something like that. But I haven't cooked with lamb for a while, so I thought I would do lamb. And I realised why I don't cook with lamb very often, because it's so freaking expensive. Holy shit. It is, it's not a cheap cut of meat. Let's put it that way. But it'll be alright. So next week I'm definitely thinking of doing the meatballs with the patatas bravas, which is very nice. And then after that, I'm not sure. I'll have to have a think. I had a bunch of recipes that I wanted to do. Sorry, last year feels like centuries? Yeah. I think the pandemic fucked up my perception of time a little bit, to be honest. Sometimes when I say stuff that happened, I'm like, honestly, I don't know how it's 2022. Like, I still think it's freaking 2016, 2017 in my head. How am I? I'm doing alright. Yeah, I'm doing alright. Had I guess a productive day. Not really productive, but onto our nice wood chopping board that we've got now. It wasn't super productive. I didn't get much done actually, but I have like the theory of a lot of stuff done. That makes sense. I know what I need to do now, and I've got like a lot of stuff organized, which is good. It's a step in the right direction. But to be honest, I wasn't really doing much today. I was just kind of taking a me day. Playing Spider-Man Remastered. So I finished the game on stream, for those of you who remember, way back. And I was just playing through the DLC. There's 3 DLCs, but they're all rather short. There's like extra content in them, but the extra content is kinda simple when you've completed the game. Because, like, I mean, I'm like max level with, we got a nasty bit of crap on here. Try and remove that. Yeah, so the actual stories are okay though. No complaints. It's not bad. So just been playing that a little bit today. Played a little bit of the old Apex Legends. Didn't try out the new Legend yet because everyone else kept playing her. But I did try out the new map, so that was cool. Sometimes doing minimum as best we can, yeah. I mean, like they say, you know, people's 100% is different each day, right? Like, trying your best one day is sometimes not the same as trying your best on a different day, so. Did I try my best today? Maybe not, but Thursday morning's always a bit of a dice roll with me. Because I'm not streaming, it's a nice chance for me to catch up with some videos, you know, watch my shows, watch some YouTube videos and stuff like that, you know, Netflix shows and whatnot, and just, you know, just chill out really. So usually that's what I do. But I do have a bunch of stuff I need to work on, which I'll get around to. So we're just dicing onion here. Dicing onion, and I'm trying to think. I don't think we've got much else I need to actually prepare. I do need to chop some coriander, but that is like end game. So I can probably leave that and the chilies for when the biryani is in the oven. So we've got some green chilies going in as well, but they actually don't get cooked. They get added late on for a bit of crunch. As always, if you ever want to watch my old cooking VODs, ! cooking in chat will give you a link to the YouTube playlist where I have all of my previous cooking sessions. And the videos are unlisted, so they don't appear in the subscription feed. But yeah. Thought Food Night was Wednesday. No, it's every Thursday. I don't know why Thursdays. It's always been Thursday, but I don't know why. Let me just check. Just need to get some things out. Oh, I need to chop up some paneer, so I might do that now. I need to get nigella seeds. Need to get cumin seeds. Yeah, I think it's because back in the day I used to do TF2 Monday, Wednesday, and then have like an RPG story game on a Friday. Oh my gosh, will you stand up? So then Thursday just became kind of cooking day. But yeah, it's always been Thursdays. What else do I need? Let's take a look. I read that as you finished communism, and I was like, damn. The missing piece of sea law. I don't know. Don't know if there's any sea law you guys don't know that you could know. Need to sort out stock as well. Got the lamb ones, which are these ones. Yeah, I mean, cooking streams started mostly because I wanted to try out new things. So I'm just going to read this. You know, I'm going to add two. Yeah, so I did a couple of cooking streams years ago in my old place, but my kitchen didn't really allow for it, and it was just kind of like I don't really care too much about cooking, because I was always just cooking for myself kind of thing, and I wasn't too bothered. So the cooking streams I did at my old place, I just did tacos. And there was a cooking stream that I did, gosh, probably like 5 years ago now or something, where I made 10 tacos, 10 beef tacos, and people were like, eat them. I was like, fine. So then I went back upstairs to my room, turned on my stream there, and I sat there and I ate all 10 of them, and I felt so ill afterwards. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, when I moved to here with Cloudy, Cloudy was like, oh, I want to learn how to cook more things. And I was like, that's fair. Like, he was like, you'll have to show me some things. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then I thought, what? I'd like to extend my kind of repertoire of dishes that I can make. So, I started, how much paneer do we need? 100 grams. This is 200 grams. We don't actually only need half of this. So yeah, I was like, I know how to make, I don't want to be rude, but like kind of basic things, I knew how to make, bolognese and, classic dishes, right? But I hadn't really pushed myself to try and do different things. And I hadn't really cooked proper meals for a while. The only times I did was when I was sort of at uni and stuff like that. I remember when I used to cook for like girls I was seeing and stuff like that. Because, cooking is a nice thing to do for someone, I think. And that's the reason I like cooking. So it was nice, like, cooking and kind of Cloudy trying out new things, because, he was, I don't know, like, belittle him, but he was, newer to cooking kind of thing, right? So he would, like, cook stuff, and then I would be trying, like, new things that I'd not cooked before. So it was a nice way of me, like, cooking and having him as, like, a sounding board, and just, telling me what he thinks. It's really been 2, 3 years. It will be 4 years in a couple of months, my dude. Yeah. I moved here in the January of 2019. January 2019. Yep. So in sort of 3 months' time, it will have been 4 years that I've been here living in the north with Cloudy. Which is kind of mad, because, I mean, 2 of those years pretty much felt like we were just stuck in here because of, the pandemic and everything, right? Um, but yeah. Is that paneer? It is paneer, yes. So we got onion here, we got paneer here. 4 years, damn, yeah. Why did I do that to myself? I mean, people challenge me, and I'm a kind of person that I'm like, well, you're going to challenge me? I'm probably going to try and do it, Like when people were like, there's no way that you could eat 10 Big Macs. And I was like, yeah, I can. And then I tried, and yeah. Let's not talk about that. You miss those days? I mean, I love living here. So I think I like it here, but it is different, I need to rinse some rice. What we got here? Kilo. Yeah, I mean, things were different back then. Back then, let's not forget, like, it almost ties in exactly, because I started, like, streaming full-time, almost, when I quit my job teaching, like, gosh, like, the summer of 2019, right? Summer of 2018. Is that enough rice? So, summer of 2018, I started full-time streaming, pretty much, and that was, 6 months later, pretty much I was living here. So there was only a short period of time where I was streaming regularly, and even then, like, I say I was streaming regularly, but it wasn't like, I guess, did I have a schedule back then? I guess I did. But it was very, very, like, just kind of just testing the water almost, you know what I mean? When I moved here, it was like, okay, let's kind of see this as a fresh slate kind of deal. But prior to that, like summer of 2018 and before, that was just, me working and, oh, sorry, I'm just trying to do the rice here. I'm just rinsing the rice. I'm using basmati rice, and I'm just giving it a little rinse beforehand. Yeah, like before that, it was pretty much, I would make videos, I guess, when I thought of something cool. There was a period of time where I was making regular videos, like 3 times a week, I think was my max that I ever did. When I used to do like a trading video, a comp video, and then like another random video each week. But then streaming kind of was like when I could do it, I might do like a little bit of MVM when I came back from work on a Monday, or if I had a break on a Tuesday, I'd pop in and stream for like an hour or something. At the weekend, I might do a bit of casual with song requests. Yeah, it very much was just kind of. It does make me wonder. Like, obviously, it was a different time back then as well. TF2 was incredibly more popular, especially in terms of Twitch. Like, back then, me streaming, like, MVM on Twitch or, just streaming casual, I was getting, like, 200 viewers kind of thing, like, pretty simply. But then, obviously, like, the interest in like casual TF2 streamers, I guess, went down a little bit, or maybe just they went down in me. But yeah, like I said, moving here was I saw it was kind of like a clean slate. Try out different things. We went a little bit more variety, and the cooking streams kind of spawned from that, where I was like, well, you know, let's give it a go. I need somewhere to put this rice, because, lol, I need this saucepan for something else. Basically, I don't know what I'm doing over here, guys. I ain't got a clue what I'm doing. Lost the plot. Lost the plot. So yeah, I mean, I think like at the start, cooking streams started off as kind of like, is CeeJaey gonna burn down the kitchen? You know? Like, I would be trying out recipes I had no idea what to do. You know? I did like a few comfortable ones that I knew what to do, or slight variations on things that I knew what I was doing. But then I would try things that I'm like, I don't even know what this is, let alone, you know. And there was a few moments, you know, there was a couple of times I set off the fire alarms, a couple of times that, you know, I may have forgotten an ingredient, lasagna sheets, and it's been a bit manic. But I'd like to think cooking streams, for at least like the past year to 2 years, have been pretty stable and me just trying out different things. Hob's dirty? Hob is clean, my dude. I cleaned it before stream. It's so tight. It's so shiny. Hi, Ernest. Can't help you. We don't see you. I was on the other side of the kitchen. Sorry, I'm here now. Burnt raw lamb will always be a classic. Look, that lamb was lovely. Dirty Hob is a classic. Yes, I need to fill this up. Alright, so now we're going to start getting into the cooking of it. And we have to be careful because my pan isn't amazing. You've been playing Cyberpunk again? Nice. Cloudy actually started playing Cyberpunk. He said he's been having fun with it. I was like, what penis did you choose? And his girlfriend was like, yeah, what penis did you choose? And he was like, what? And we were both looking at him like, bro, you can choose your penis. And he was like, what do you mean? We're like, dude, that was like the big thing of the game. You could choose your penis. He was like, oh, damn, I didn't know. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're just heating some sunflower oil here, and then we're going to be throwing in the lamb that we had marinating earlier in our garlic and ginger. We're going to put all the garlic and ginger in the pan because that's all the good stuff, and we want the flavour from that. We're going to fry the lamb for a little bit till it browns off. Then we'll be adding in the onions. Okay, once the onions start to soften a little bit, we'll add in cumin seeds, nigella seeds. And then we need to just keep adding. And then once we get to a good point, things will start to liquid up and simmer. You'd like to play Cyberpunk at some point? It's a good game. Excuse me, it was a fun game. If you like those kind of games, then yeah. Seems to be really smooth now. I don't think I'm going to try it again until DLC comes out, but I'm looking forward to DLC, let's put it that way. Alright, I'm popping in all of our bits. It had jiggle fizz, so there was an actual discernible difference. The only thing I remember is that there was a glitch sometimes where you would just unequip all of your cosmetics for some reason. All of your armor and stuff like that. And then your dude would just be stood there hanging dong. And I'm like, what? Okay, so we're letting the lamb warm up a little bit there and brown it off a bit. That's something I found in Spider-Man actually. If you 100% the main game, which I haven't done because I've done all of I've done all the major stuff, but then you have to finish like every crime in every district. And I was like, I could potentially do that. And then one of them is like complete these challenges, and there's stealth challenges that you have to like perfect. And I was like, nope, 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 nope. But if you do that, then you get like topless Spider-Man as like a suit. If anyone's interested in that. We're just kind of waiting now. Yeah, so I've nearly finished up with Spider-Man, which kind of leads me well into Miles Morales Spider-Man, which comes out, which apparently is a lot shorter. Might be able to finish that in one session. Apparently, it's quite a short game in comparison. And yeah, hopefully next week I can play The Quarry, I can play Uncharted Lost Legacy, can like Lost Judgment start tomorrow and hopefully continue for the next few weeks. We have the Spider-Man coming out, like Miles Morales one, Pokemon's coming out. There's a whole bunch of games that like I want to play that I can probably play in a stream or two. So we're going to have a lot of stuff to play over the next couple of months, which is cool. Even that's not worth doing stealth. Like, I was tempted to 100% the game. You know me, I like my achievements, I like going for those hundreds, but part of me put me off, and it was similar to the Yakuza games in the way that you have to complete the game again on the newly unlocked difficulty. So you have to beat the game, and then you have to beat the game on like the hardest difficulty, and you have to do it in New Game Plus mode. So you have to do at least 2 playthroughs. You have to 100% everything, which I've done pretty much everything. So I'm only going to be missing a few at the end anyway. But then you have to like do the stealth missions. I'm like, ugh. Like there's these Taskmaster challenges. I did all the combat ones like perfectly, but there's ones where you have to like swing through things, and I was like, I'm not enjoying this. And then there were stealth ones, and I was like, oh. I tried one, and I was just like, no, I'm not enjoying this. Just like, if I'm not enjoying it, I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean? That's the point I've got to. If I'm not enjoying it, what's the point? What's the point? There are some games that, you know, I'll put up with the trials and tribulations. If it's a toughie, you know, Dark Souls, Elden Ring, if it's a toughie, fair enough. If it's like something that I genuinely don't find fun, then it's like, you know what, what's the point? So my next hundo is probably going to be Resident Evil 0. Unless there's some other ones, I don't know. I mean, DBD will add achievements with the next DLC in 2-3 weeks. So I'll put the Extractor fan on gang. Sorry for the noise. So I'll probably have to redo achievements. Well, not redo, but do the new ones. I'd like to 100% Terraria, but I do need people's help with that. But that's something I can do at some point. So, yeah, plenty of stuff to do. That when you have to do the ultra difficulty, that's what put me off Evil Within. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like on Yakuza, you have to play the game like all the way through. There are missable achievements that you can't get later on. So if you don't get those missable achievements, you have to get them through another playthrough. I don't have the onions now. And also, like, you have to beat the game on Legend difficulty, which only unlocks when you beat the game on, like, initially. So, I kind of think, like, if I've just played through a game that took me, you know, because Yakuza 0, for example, you can happily spend, like, 60, 70 hours before you even touch the side content, right? Do you really want to, like, sit down and then do another 60 hours on the hardest difficulty again? Like, I feel like it's like, ugh. Especially when it's a story game, because you're just kind of like, most of your time is just going to be skipping cutscenes and, you know, yeah. So for me, that kind of puts me off those kind of games. When it's a game like Dark Souls where it's like, oh hey, play through the game again and get a different ending, I don't mind so much because they're not story heavy. So yeah. Anyway, we've added our onions now. Yakuza 100% sounds like hell. Yeah, like, I think of all of them, like, they all take you quite a long time, but Yakuza 0, you're looking at, like, a long time. Probably, like, well over 100 hours. Because most of the Yakuza games require you to get 100%, like, in-game completion. And what that means is, like, doing every mini game, getting every score, buying everything from every shop, buying every drink from every bar, eating every meal at every restaurant, beating every enemy with every move. Like, it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. Right, these onions are starting to soften, so we're going to be putting in our seeds now. So we got cumin seeds and nigella seeds. We need about a tablespoon of each. I think this is the only thing I've ever used nigella seeds in, by the way. I've ever used it in anything else. Okay, I'm going to give this a stir now. This will probably disperse itself around. It'll probably dry out a little bit, because we've got quite a lot of moisture going on here from the lamb, from the ginger, from obviously the oil, the onion. Yeah, one game is Persona 5 that Ernest bought me recently, which is a very long JRPG. It's well known for being extremely long. And I think the base game alone takes like 100 hours. Heyo! So about that gang, Cloudy's home. Now we're going to talk to him about his day. So we've just added madras paste. So we got a lot going on in this. We started off with the lamb that we marinated in garlic, ginger and salt. Then after like frying that off a little bit, browning it off, we've added in onions. Then we've added cumin seeds, nigella seeds. Now we've added madras paste. Now we need to get ready for the rice and the curry leaves. This is where I have to be careful because we do not want anything sticking to the bottom. Stuff starts sticking to the bottom, we are in a little bit of trouble. I'm going to keep stirring this for a bit because I need to have the stock ready as well. I can't remember what I was saying. Persona 5. Yeah, that Ernest bought me. Persona 5 is it's a JRPG. It's very popular. I've never played any of the series, but the only ones available on PC are like 4 and 5. Apparently the music's good and stuff like that, but the games themselves are very long. So, yeah, I do want to stream it, but I may have to look at like doing some mega streams and then maybe doing like side content off stream kind of deal. Cloudy came in and said he could smell the food out in the hallway. Ventilation in our apartments isn't amazing, so if someone cooks something that's quite aromatic, shall we say, you can smell it outside in the hallways. Sometimes our neighbors cook something and I'm like, what's that? Alright, so I'm going to... No, I'm not going to add it yet. No, I'm not going to add it. I'm holding back. I'm going to turn the heat down a bit here. Because we want this to be simmering and bubbling, but we don't want it to be like going mental. It's a pretty long game from what you've heard. Yeah. I know Twisted is like a massive fan of Persona. And I was asking him like... Because apparently all of them are coming to Steam, and I was like, which one should I play, like in order? And he was like, 5's the best, 4 is good, 3 lacks a lot of like quality of life stuff. You're playing Yakuza like The Sims, 8 hours non-stop for 3 days, and you're leaving it for half a year? So you can't do that. For me, if it's a story game, I have to keep playing. I get you with The Sims though. Sometimes there are games like that where I'm like, I'm enjoying it, and then I'll like stop playing for a while. Right, I'm just making up some stock here. I need to get the right amount. So we're going to be adding about 400 milliliters of stock. Going to be stirring it around. And stirring this around again. Do not want things to be... Thing is, as soon as I add the rice, I know we're gonna... Well, that moisture is just going to be taken away, so I need to have the stock ready to add. We're also going to be adding some curry leaves as well. So I'm going to add the rice now. So, like I said, this is basmati rice, which is slightly different from sort of regular long grain rice. So a bit aromatic, and it's what you'd normally have with a curry. I'm going to throw in some curry leaves there, and then I'm going to pour in the stock with the partly unmelted stock cubes. Hang on, I can get the rest of that out. A little bit more liquid. We're good. So then that goes in. Like I said, I turned down the temperature a little bit, sort of a low medium. And I'm going to just stir this about, just so that everything, those curry leaves getting dispersed, but all of the spices and stuff that we added earlier, it's all like mixed together. Otherwise you're just going to have a lump of rice and a lump of all of your other ingredients. So this is it for now. This is it for now, but we will be adding in more stuff soon. Soon, Tim. This is what I mean when I say it's a little bit different from normal curries, because you don't add the rice in like this. quite juicy. This is what we like. See, normally I'd like this to be a little bit thicker, but I would like eat a curry that is like this, you know what I mean? But with the rice in, once we put it in the oven, it gets all absorbed up. So the last things we're going to be adding is spinach and the paneer that we chopped earlier. Okay, we'll be adding that with just a little extra bit of seasoning. Before we're going to mix that in last second, almost. Mix that in, like let it kind of enjoy the company of the curry for a moment. And then we'll be putting it all into the oven. So, and then once it's in the oven, we'll be chopping some chilies, some green chilies, and some coriander. And that is, ouch, hot. That is what we will be scattering on the curry towards the end. So that is our plan of action. So yeah, I'm thinking, going back to gaming, some games I'd like to play before the year is out. Steam keeps recommending me SpongeBob Rehydrated, Battle for Bikini Bottom, I think it's called, which is a game I got in the Humble Bundle. And I was like, huh. I think it's like a little platformer, so maybe that's something I could try sometime. Oops. Making the hob dirty, oh no. Okay. We kind of add the boil right now, which is what we want. We don't want this to be sitting on the hob too long, otherwise we're going to be losing a lot of our moisture. So what I'm going to do now is add the paneer that we chopped earlier. In it goes. You know what paneer is? It's a type of cheese, actually. Which for me, I didn't know what paneer was until I cooked a dish like this. I was like, what the hell is paneer? And then I found out it was a cheese, and I was like, what? Cheese in a curry? This is mad. But it goes very well. Okay, this is where we start to struggle, because it may actually be better to kind of, you know, do something with the spinach first to make it wilt, because spinach, as you know, takes up an infinite amount of space in the universe, and then when it gets hot, it shrinks to nothing. So we end up with spinach is lovely and tasty, don't get me wrong. It's just a bitch to add into a dish when you've got like this amount, and then it will just be like zoop. How much have we got? How much do we need to add? It says 200 grams of spinach. God damn. So yeah, so we got a bunch of games to play. I'd like to finish Judgment like within the month, I'd hope. Because when Pokemon comes out, I definitely want to be spending a lot of time playing that. But then there's not really any other big releases this year. So give me a chance to catch up on stuff. I'm wondering whether I start Persona 5 this year, or whether I do the Final Fantasy 13 kind of series, and then do Persona, and you know, so that I constantly have like, I'm not just doing Final Fantasy back to back kind of deal. So I'll see. I've done a lot of JRPGs this year, right? Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy X-2, Xenoblade 3. I can't remember the start of the year. I mean, I guess the start of the year was kind of dominated with Elden Ring, right? That was a lot of Elden Ring. Okay. Right, this is the last bit of spinach I'm going to be adding. And then I'm going to be trying to put this into the dish. I'm going to turn the heat off now. Okay. I'm going to move you guys over here. You know, look at the dirty hob. And now I'm going to try to very carefully put this in here. So if you have a casserole dish, you can put your casserole dish on the hob, right? This is where I worry I've done too much rice. Put your casserole dish on the hob, and you do all of this, and then you just pop it in the oven. I do not have a casserole dish. But, yeah. If you do, it's perfectly what you're supposed to do. Alright. So that's what our biryani looks like at the moment. We're going to get some foil. The game was bussin' when you played it before. You haven't played the remake. Oh, okay. So we cover this with foil now. And then, very carefully, put it in the oven. Checking the time when I put it in. It needs to go in for about 20 minutes. I can turn this off. Oh, we can think again. So it needs 20 minutes in the oven and then 10 minutes covered, but outside of the oven to rest. We're going to chop some chilies, we're going to chop some coriander. Yeah, I'm just going to sort out these things first. Play some random games on the PlayStation 2 when you were young. Yeah, I think we all got games that, like, when you grow up, there's random games that you play, right? I look back at sort of my early years. I think some weird ass games that I played. Obviously not PlayStation 2 era. That's when I was a bit older. Yeah, I don't know. I hope Lost Judgment doesn't take like too long. If it's a similar sort of game, then it's the kind of game that I can play side quests in my own time, you know? And then keep the main story for the stream, because that's the really entertaining part, I feel. Like, the story. You get sucked in, want to find out, solve the mysteries. So in terms of cooking next week, we'll be doing meatballs with the patatas bravas. I also probably going to do a paella at some point. Maybe some sort of stew. I've got mince in the freezer. I wanted to do tonkatsu again, didn't I? And then I would like to do a roast as my last cooking stream of the year before, you know, I go and visit my familia for Christmas. it's all cleaned up ahead of time. So yeah, all we need to do now is prep some last minute bits and then wait. That lovely part where everything's in the oven and we're just kind of waiting. When am I going to make calzones again? I've done them like recently, right? You remember I did them again and they weren't so loafy that time? They were a definite improvement on my original loaf of bread calzones. One thing I would like to do again is, oh gosh, what are they? I can't remember the name. Empanadas. Because I made empanadas, but Claudia was away. I didn't get to try them. They were very nice. Fiddly, but nice. Like the time you said your lamb wasn't bad raw. Hey! Hey! My lamb was cooked perfectly and you know it. The fake news ends now. I think if I do a roast, what would I go for? What should I do as a roast this year? I think I've done beef the last couple of years. Whenever I ask Cloudy, he's like beef, I like beef. I like all sorts. Like when I go to my parents for Christmas, we always have gammon, like pork, on New Year's Eve. And then we have turkey for Christmas Day. So having roast beef, like here, is nice because it's something different, you know? Trying to get the excess seeds off. There we go. I mean, if there's a roast that you guys would see, particularly like to see me do, I'm open to some suggestions. Having guests over? No, it would just be me and my roommate. I think his girlfriend's coming over, so if she is, she'll have some of the food. If not, I'll have loads of leftovers. Something I haven't cooked with for a while is duck, actually. But then duck's not exactly cheap. Not exactly in the position to be spending crazy amounts on food. But I would like to do another duck dish at some point. The classic is the duck with plum sauce, right? That's very nice. It's old school. Just getting rid of the stalks from this coriander. And then we'll be chopping that. And the chilies, so they won't be cooked. We're going to be putting them into the biryani when it comes out of the oven. Stir them in. And same with the coriander. Fresh coriander on the top. And we've got some yogurt in the fridge that people can apply if they so wish. Roast goose? Damn, Scoutman, coming out of left field with that one. Where would I get goose from? I don't think I've ever seen goose for sale. I don't think I would have the capability to cook goose either. Unless there was like a smaller version. But I imagine a roast goose is pretty big. I could look into it for you. I can look into it. Who knows? I'm not saying no. I'm just thinking it might be a bit of a bit of a struggle with what I've got available, you know. I'll make some inquiries. Feels goose, man. Your mum does duck with plum sometimes. Yeah. So actually, first time I ever did it was when I was at uni. I was in my early 20s. I think that should be enough coriander. I was in my early 20s and I was seeing this girl at the time. And her favourite restaurant was this place called Cafe Rouge. If anyone's in the UK, you might have heard of it. I don't know if it's something that's exists outside the UK. It's like a French-based restaurant. And her favourite dish there was this this roast duck in plum sauce. So we used to go out there on dates sometimes. She'd always order that. So I was like, oh, make a note of this, make a note of this. And when it was her birthday, I was like, right, I'm going to cook it for her. And I was a poor ass student at the time. Didn't have very much money. And I had less than like 20 quid to my name at that point. So I had to last for like after this, I had to last like a week with no money. Just like, you know, walking everywhere, no bus. Anyway, I bought some duck breast. I bought some plums. I bought all the ingredients required. And I was like, right, if I follow the recipe, it'll just be like an experiment in the lab. Because there was still, you know, scientists doing experiments in the lab at that time. So I made this this duck. This is duck with plum sauce. And I did it with, gosh, what did I do it with? This is some potatoes and some vegetables. It turned out really nice. I also bought some like candles, you know, because romantic. And I didn't have much money left at that point, so I ended up buying these mini cakes. So yeah, that was my first time ever I ever cooked it, and I thought it was really nice. And I've done it a few times, like on stream. So it's something I'm comfortable with doing. But duck breasts are not cheap, but they are very, very nice. I cooked with turkey before, not the country, the animal. I've never cooked with turkey before, no. For me, I always associate turkey with Christmas. And like you just put the big old bird in the oven and leave it there for like 4 hours or however long it takes to cook, you know? That's what I always associate turkey with. So maybe that's something I could look into doing, like getting some turkey breast and maybe doing a dish with that, because I know you can do like turkey and sort of Mexican food, you like tacos with turkey and stuff like that. Yeah, so yeah, that's something I could look into. Because it's not something I've cooked with pretty much every meat, I think. Yeah. You cooked a turkey one year? It was pretty easy. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever cook a whole turkey. I don't think, like, I would be able to, like... first off, I don't think it would be a very good stream. Because the turkey would just be in there the whole time. But, yeah. Maybe I could look up some recipes involving turkey. Because I think I've seen recipes for like turkey enchiladas and stuff like that. Right, so we've got our green chilies, we've got our coriander, we've cleaned everything. The hob is clean, the hob is spotless. Please make note. And yeah, we just need to wait now. Get some dishes out, I guess. Got nothing else to do. So once this is ready, we still do need to wait. Once it's ready, then we need to remove it and need to let it rest for a while. Yeah, I've never thought about turkey, actually. That's interesting. It's a good suggestion. Because I've cooked with chicken so much. I've cooked a lot of veggie dishes. I've cooked with beef, pork, lamb, duck. I've cooked with fish, lots of different seafood. But I don't think I've ever done a dish with turkey. I think turkey like often is frowned upon because it's quite dry. Like that's the stereotype, right? That it's quite dry. Well, it's something we can try. Goose is something I will look into, but I can't promise anything. I just don't know where I'd buy a goose from. I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google goose. Yeah, let's have a look. I wonder if Tesco sells them. Tesco. Goose. I've cooked stuff in goose fat. Yo, okay, so first I typed in Tesco. You can get frozen duck and goose at Tesco's. But you can get Gressingham cornfed poussin. What's a poussin? Anyone know what a poussin is? Poussin. What's a poussin? It costs £4.20. Blaze it. Enjoy this flavorful, slow-growing young chicken. Oh, it's a chicken. A poussin is a... The poussin are a breed that's naturally slow-growing. It's just a chicken. That's not what I typed goose. Spatchcock poussin. The fuck? Spatchcock poussin. Okay. Right, Tesco. It has a whole duck. Whole goose with giblets? Oh, damn. It's currently out of stock. Ingredients, 100% goose. Yeah, it might be hard for me to get my hands on a goose, I'm afraid, gang. Cornish hen. Yeah, I've never cooked with that either. Sure you're on the right site. Small chicken. Alright, I didn't know what it was. Sorry, I wasn't reading chat at the time. That's that's some bean honk energy. Big honk energy. Honk. No goose. You know what? I'll make it my my aim to cook a goose one day. I've never eaten goose in my life. I've never eaten goose in my life. I was reading the instructions to cook it. You have to remove all packaging, remove the giblets, and place the goose in the bottom of a refrigerator for 24 to 36 hours. Then you have to preheat the oven depending on how much it weighs. Place it in a roasting tray and cover loosely with foil. Cook near the middle of the oven. Drain any excess liquid halfway through cooking. See, this is what my mum does with the turkey. Because I always have to like do the heavy lifting with the turkey at Christmas. Remove the foil for the last 30 minutes, and it's basically like cooking a turkey. Four kilograms of goose. How much does it cost? It doesn't say how much it costs. It's only got 3.6 star reviews. Someone says delicious, but definitely not 8 to 10 servings. But is there anything smaller? I'm going to Google where to buy small goose. See, it just comes up with the freaking poussin. I don't want poussin. Free range goose, £84. Right, you can fuck off. There's goose breast. Ooh, traditionally reared free-range goose, Waitrose. I have a Waitrose kinda near me. £48? Fucking hell. I guess it's Christmas, right? A lot of people eat goose at Christmas. That's mad. How much? I don't know. Honestly, never know. I never bought a big turkey or anything. I don't know how much they cost. I've only ever bought like big cuts of like pork or lamb or beef. I'm not sure if you had goose, but would have pheasant if you saw it in a store. Yeah, but pheasant probably costs an arm and a leg as well. Hey, Karik. The food's coming along good. It's in the oven at the moment. We're going to take it out now, actually. Perfect timing. I have to take it out now, and then it's got to stand for 10 minutes. We can continue our goose discussion. Has it been 20 minutes? Or am I mistiming? Yeah, no, because it was like just before past I had to take it out. So I have to leave this covered now. And then we add in our green chilies and our coriander. And then I can serve up. So yeah, how have you been, Karik? Your man really wants to get a goose. I'm just like, I've never eaten goose before. Now Scoutman's mentioned goose. I'm kind of like, hold up. If I could cook a goose, that'd be pretty sick. But I'm guessing towards Christmas time, everyone buys turkeys and like my mum was flexing the other day. She was like, I've already bought my turkey for Christmas. And I was like, nice. She was like, it's a big one. Because my sister's boyfriend is visiting for Christmas. For the first time, like he's met my parents, but and we've spoken on Skype, like because my sister Skyped and he's been there and stuff, but we've never actually met face to face. So I have to be like, you know, it's the first face to face meeting with him kind of thing. But like he's sort of my size kind of guy, right? So that's another mouth to feed at Christmas. And my mum's like, I bought the biggest turkey I could find. It's fucking massive. I can't remember how many kilos she said it was, but it sounded huge. But basically, yeah. So she's already bought it. And she said, yeah, it's like going to be a mad rush. Maybe that's why everything's so expensive. But yeah, real talk. If I can cook a goose for a stream and like start it earlier in the day, and then carve it and do like a bunch of veg, that would be sick. I don't know if my oven would be big enough for it all though. Like, how would I do the roasties? I'd have to like put the goose at the bottom. Depends how big the goose was. I'm gonna honestly, real talk, I'm gonna try and do it. I'm gonna see if if it's possible. If it's too expensive, then I'm not gonna do it. Cause like I don't wanna like my money's not great at the moment. and I don't want to be spending a crazy amount of money on goose, you know? I think the lamb will be standing anytime soon. You're a walking pharmacy? Oh, I hope you feel better soon, dude. Just take lots of breaks. Don't overexert yourself. You need to go to bed on time and, look after yourself. Did you tell her boyfriend about the whole window incident? Yeah, I have actually. He was... So, you remember last year when I did my Christmas stream? When like every year I go for a walk with my sister and we do a little IRL stream and she talks to the chat and stuff. Remember her and Andreas were talking in French to each other and, all that jazz. He was watching the stream then, and he was watching then, and I explained the story. So I'm going to have to be like, look, man to man, who do you believe? Do you believe that I, a kind and gentle soul, would not harm a fly, who is loved by millions worldwide, would ever push someone out of a window? Or do you believe my sister, known for loving jumping through windows, okay, known for lying about being pushed through windows, and has a history of bullshit, who are you going to believe? Who are you going to believe? And if he doesn't say me, then I'm going to be like, you know what? I do not approve. Do not approve. Time to catch a wild goose? Dude, why would, is that legal? Oh, wait, no, swans are protected by the queen, right? Swans are protected by the queen. But I think goose is fair game, so yeah, I'm just going to go out and get one. You ate a lamb biryani this Sunday in a Nepalese restaurant in Amsterdam. Oh, really? Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I've not done a biryani for a long time, but it's one of Cloudy's favourites. Well, I say that. He said that he really, really enjoyed it, so... The Queen has what year is it? Oh shit, I'm sorry, Evelyn. Oh gosh, no, I'm in trouble now. The King, they all belong to the King. I don't know, has he claimed the will? All I'm saying is, alright, hold up. All I'm saying is, my grandma passed away like 2.5 years ago now. Okay? And they're still working out her will and her inheritance for everyone, right? So, are you telling me that the Queen passed away and Charles is just like, bada bing, bada boom, bish bash bosh, everything belongs to me now? He's not had to go through all the red tape, he's not had to jump through hoops. Suddenly all the swans are his now? I don't know. I bet you there was a brief period where swans were like fair game. You could just go over and like punch them, steal them, eat them. Nobody knew. You know? Queen's dead in it. Does your past girlfriends knew about the window incident? It's not something I've broadcast, Carrie. No, it's not something I've talked about with everyone. Like, by the way, like, oh, babe, what's your deepest, darkest secret? Well, when I was a teenager, I was falsely accused of pushing my sibling through a window and therefore got charged for half of the replacement window. And I'm not salty, I'm not bitter about it, but that bitch owes me money because I didn't push her for shit. Okay? So that's all I'm saying. And then do you think if I said that, do you think if I revealed that, they'd be like, yeah, you pushed it, didn't you? You know about it. Yeah, but that's different. I ain't dating you guys. If they were fair game, Tesco would snap those swans up. Can you imagine? Just be like, there's like a small window in time where you could eat a swan. Like, yo. We're not dating? Do you want to date equally? Should we just do it? Should we just make it public? We're not dating? Look. Right, if you guys think we are, then this is news to me, alright? Because that means I've been getting the short end of the stick here. What would our dating names be? CeeJaey, CarJ, C1, NJ, C Nest. We meant something to you. Look, I got a lot of love to give, right? You will get a bit. If you're not dating, then who the fuck has been getting all these pictures of me? No, that's still me, dude. That's still me, right? But I thought you wanted me to like post those. Is that not for the project? Wait, so who am I giving all of this OnlyFans money to? I think we're both getting ripped off here, mate. I'd like to say I'm a hard man to please. You know, you gotta work for it. But honestly, that's not the case. I'm very very easy. It takes very little to get me on your side. All you need to do is be like, "You're right." I'll be like, "Fucking hell, yeah, sure, fine. I'll go out with you." I'm not desperate, but you know, um, yeah. His chat's been derailed. Yeah, so, anyway, what time is it? I think it's perfect time to reveal the biryani. And if it doesn't look good, I'm going to cry. It looks okay. Bum, 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 bum. What do you think, gang? Ooh. What do you think? Should we zoom over? Mmm. Looks good. Still got a little bit of juice in there. So, my issue is how to serve. Girl in the shop today, he says you have a beautiful jacket. The biggest compliment I've had on anything about myself, okay, in public, was about a month ago, where I was walking along the street and I was wearing the t-shirt I'm wearing now, actually, the one that says I may be wrong but it's highly unlikely, and it was about 8:30 in the morning. Okay, I was walking down the street and this guy looked at me. He was clearly pissed out of his mind, looked at me and went, "Love your t-shirt, man, yeah," and then walked off. And I was like, "Yeah, thanks, man." And that's yeah. Um, that's about it, really. With a spoon? Look, I'm just thinking because I've got this and I've got this, but ideally this needs to go on top, and I'm just kind of like, do I leave it in dish or should I just serve up now? Okay, I'm stressing. What time? I got time. Hey, Andreas, what's up? Just gonna go straight in the middle. Oh, yeah, this is looking good. A nice bit of juice. It smells amazing. That's like the spices and it's the spices and the lamb that you can smell. I know that's obviously it's what you can smell, but gonna put on some chilies. Is this photogenic? Looks alright. I think I'm... gosh, I don't know. I should have just left the foil on and then just, you know... I think I might just serve this up. And then leave more in the dish if people want more. What do you think? What do you think, gang? The camera, 720p camera. Okay, well, it's not 720p camera. It's not the camera. It's the. I can't stream at 1080p on my laptop because otherwise it just lags too much, and you guys won't be able to see anything. Like 720p, washed out colors, because there's just so much light coming from here, coupled with, you know, coupled with the steam. You guys can't see anything. Okay, I think that's good. Put that over there. So I'm going to have to leave this here in case anyone wants more. Or I'll sort out the leftovers later. Alright, gang. Nice job. Thanks, Leah. I'm sure after consuming that you'll have lots of gamer strength for DVD. I have scrims tonight, but I might be down for DVD afterwards. Am I winning? I am winning, sweet. This is the end result. Lamb Biryani. Let's see if any of these are slightly more photogenic. Yeah. I'm happy with the result. It smells very nice. Hopefully it tastes very nice as well. It's the main thing. Yes, that's it for now. Guys, thank you very much. Ooh. I'm about to burp there. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back tomorrow. And tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow I'm going to be starting Lost Judgment. So it'll be a nice early start to the stream so we can try and do as much as possible. And over the weekend we're playing DBD and Apex. Exclamation mark schedule if you didn't listen to me in the past 20 seconds. But yeah, next week I'll definitely be doing some meatballs with patatas bravas. Hope you all have a lovely evening. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you soon. Bye.